Hello everybody, we are back once again. So welcome to my channel. Do not forget to subscribe. Okay, thank you very much for your support. Now we'll be doing question 4 maths paper 2 November 2023. Please do not mind this doors. I made a mistake when I was doing question 3, so let's not mind it, ne? Okay, now let's go. We have the statement in the diagram. The center, these things, the circle with center O, which is this one, has the equation of x squared plus y squared is equals to 20. So it basically means x squared plus y squared or equals to 20. It is what? The equation of this small circle. Okay, and we can already see that this is what this is the origin whereby the coordinate is what? 0 0. So that is why it is x squared plus y squared, which is equals to 20. It is what? R squared. So the radius there, the radius will be the square root of 20, ne? Okay, let's go. And then G, which is this one, it is the center of the what? The larger circle. So this one is the what? The center of the larger circle. Okay, and then a common tangent touches the circle at D. Here it is D here, and F. This is a common tangent. Okay, and then respectful. And already before we can start, I can already see that this tangent has a what? Positive gradient, because it is what? Increasing. And then D, which is P and -2, lie in the fourth quadrant. Okay, so now let's go. Given that D, which is P and -2, lies in the smaller circle, show that P it is equals to 4. So they are saying that if you are given that D lies in the smaller circle, we must show that P is equals to 4. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna substitute the coordinates of what? Of D where? In the equation of the smaller circle, because D it is where? In the smaller circle. So now let's start now. On the smaller circle, this is 4.1. The equation is x squared plus y squared, it is equals to 20, right? But now we are gonna substitute point D. Where there is x, I put what? P squared, and then where there is I put -2 squared. And then I have P squared, which is equals to 20. -2 squared, it is 4. And then 20 minus 4, it is what? 16. And then we are going to find the square root. So the square root of P squared, it is P. And then the square root of 16, it is what? Plus minus 4. The reason I'm saying plus minus 4, it is because we did what? Is square root. Whenever you are doing a square root, always put plus minus. But now we were told that point D lies where? In the fourth quadrant. And P on the coordinates of D, it is the what? It is the x coordinate. So we'll basically say, therefore P is equals to 4. We are going to take positive 4 because in the fourth quadrant, the x values are positive. And P, it is the x value of point D. Can you see how simple it is? Okay, so now let's go to 4.2. Always do plus or minus. Okay, on the second one, which is E, so let's write it. So now I can write what? 4 and -2. Okay, now they're saying that E, which is 6 and what? 2. E, it is the midpoint of DF. Determine the coordinates of F. So now there is something that I want to show you there. They want the coordinates of what? Of F, but you are given the midpoint E, D, and F there. So now this is what you're gonna do. There is a concept I once told you on one of the analytical geometry formula, that the coordinates of the center, the x coordinate of the of the midpoint, it is equals to the that thing of x1 plus x2 over 2. Mara, you'll see it now. So this is what you'll do. The x coordinate of E, it is equals to the x coordinate of D plus the x coordinate of F over 2. When you are calculating the midpoint of E or of DF, like here, this is D and then EF. When you're calculating the coordinates of D, which means when you're calculating the midpoint of EF, what are you gonna use? You're gonna use the x coordinates of E and the coordinates of F, the coordinates of E and F, right? So now this is the story now, but now you don't have the coordinates of F. So what are the coordinates of E? The x coordinate of E, it is what? 6, I was told. So it is equals to, what is the x coordinate of D? 4 plus x coordinate of F over 2. and then it's going to be x f plus 4 equals to 12. Therefore, the x coordinate of f is equals to 8. Can you see where it is coming from? Now you're going to do the same story. The y coordinate of it is equals to the y coordinate of t plus the y coordinate of f over 2. Then now we are going to substitute. The y coordinate of e, it is 2, which is equals to the y coordinate of t, it is what? Let's check, negative 2. And then plus yf there over 2. So yf minus 2, it is equals to 4. Therefore, yf it is equals to 6. Okay, this 4 is going to be taken to the other side. So now you'll be seeing f 8 and what? 6. Can you see the concept now? When you are calculating the coordinates of t there, meaning that like it is the what you call midpoint of ef, what are you using? You are using the coordinates of e and f, right? So this is now the same story. In this case, you are given the coordinates of e and d. They want the coordinates of f. So you're going to apply the same story, that the x coordinate of e, it is equals to the x coordinate of t plus f. But now you're going to leave xf as the variable there. Same story applies to y there. So that is how we got our what you call our answer as 8 and 6, because you're simply applying what? The same concept there. Okay, and then the next question says, determine the equation of the common tangent df in the form of y is equals to mx plus c. So they want the what? The equation of that tangent. Now, before you even continue or start with answering the question, you must check what you must have. The first thing that you must have a what? The gradient. The second one, the point, or coordinates. Okay, so now the first thing that you're gonna do, we are gonna calculate what? The coordinates of OD. Is it fine? So now let's check something there. Now check. You can calculate what? They want the equation of df there. Okay, so now check something there. You can calculate the coordinates of what? Of OD. I mean the what? The gradient of OD. And then after getting it, you know that here there's what? A 90 degrees there. So now you'll be now doing what? Having the what you call the gradient of the what? Of the tangent. Okay, and then or at the same time you can find the coordinates of what? Of DE there, or even DF. So I wanna do this in another way, but even if you do it in that way, everything is gonna be fine. But I wanna use a what? A different way. So now I can find what? The gradient of OD, which is equals to what you call at D I have negative 2 as my x, and then f and y as what? As 4, because already it is 0 0. Okay, so it basically means the gradient it is what? Negative 1 over 2. And then when you are having this, it basically means the gradient of df it is equals to what? 2. Is it fine? Because this is a what? A common tangent. So a tangent, it is touching two circles, or it is passing through a circle. It is passing on the what? On the outer part of a circle. It is passing here. So now after that, we know that a circle and a tangent, where they meet, they make a what? A 90 degrees. So that is where the story is coming from. You simply reciprocate these two and change the sign there. So since you have the gradient of S2, we will find what? The equation. And I'm gonna use what? Point D. So now let's go. It's gonna be y plus 2, which is equals to 2x minus 4. Y plus 2 is equals to 2x minus 8. Therefore, the equation it is y is equals to 2x minus 8 minus 2 minus 10. So now that is the equation there. You must be careful. The next question says, calculate the value of t. T it is here in this g. Okay, so now already at the same time we can see that at g y it is equals to 0, because that is the x-axis there. Okay, so now the first thing that you can do, we can calculate what? The gradient of fg. Is it fine? So now we are gonna start by doing what? Calculating the gradient of fg. but there's a problem. There is no what, we don't have the coordinates of g. So now the gradient of fg, ne, it is equals to what? -1/2. Why am I saying that? Because the gradient of df, it is what? 2. So when this radius meets the tangent there at 90 degrees, it is now that story of saying what? M1 times M2 gives you what? -1. Because of what? FG, it is perpendicular to DF. That is the reason why I'm saying that. And then now after that, you're gonna continue here. After saying the gradient of FG, that is when you're gonna substitute. So now y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, because it is doing what? Gradient. -1/2. I will say -1 is, I will say 1 is negative. Now let's go. We are gonna take what? The y coordinate of at g. So we have 0 minus, what is the y coordinate at f? It is 6. And then at the same time, the x coordinate at g, it is what? T. And then the x coordinate at f, it is what? -8. It is equal to -1/2. Let's cross multiply. So -1 times t minus 8, it is gonna be -t plus 8, because a negative and a negative is a positive, which is equals to -12. And then it basically means t it is equals to 20, because when you take this -t to the other side, it becomes positive t. And then when you take this -12 to the other side, it will be 8 plus 12, which is equals to 20. Okay, so now that's how you do it. You must be careful because these are tangents. Okay, these are tangents there. Let's go to the next question. What is it saying? Change papers. So now it is saying what? Determine the equation of the larger circle in the form of ax squared plus by squared plus ex plus dy plus e. So now let me ask you something. You can even ask yourself when you are there in the exam room, was I even given the equation of the larger circle? Yes or no? No, I was not given. So now it basically means that what are you gonna do? You'll have to calculate it. Okay, so now let's go. What do you have there? Ne? So now let's go. What is the equation for a the equation for a circle? It is what? X minus a squared plus y minus b squared, which is equals to r squared. So now you must check something on the larger circle, which is this one. On the larger circle, which is this one, but on the larger circle, I think this is the equation that you are given, that is the equation of the circle. On the larger circle, g, it is the center, and you must know that when you are substituting here, a and b are the coordinates of what? Of the center. So now it basically means we just found our TS 20. So it basically means that on the value of a here, you're gonna put what? 20. On the value of b, you're gonna put what? 0, because the equation of the circle says a and b are the coordinates of what? Of the center. And then x and y are it is any point on the circumference. So on the circumference, I have point F. What are the coordinates of point F? We just found them as what? 8 and 6. So the x coordinate, it is 8 minus 20. 20, it is the what? The x coordinate of the center. And then what is the y on the circumference? 6, and then minus 0, which is equals to r squared. You see, that's how you substitute. So it basically means with the r squared, it is equals to 180. Okay, and then now we are gonna continue there. Now you can write it in the form of what? X minus 20 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equals to r squared. Okay, after that we will expand. X squared minus 40x, I'm gonna expand directly, and then what? Plus 400 plus y squared, it is equals to 180. Already r squared, it is 180, I was given there. So now you can simply say 180 here. And then after that, you can now write it now. They said what? In the form of ax squared plus by squared. So x squared plus y squared minus 40x. 400 minus 180, it is what? 220. So plus 220, it is equals to 0. Okay, so now let's go again. This question wanted us to determine the equation of the larger circle in the form of this. Né? So now the first thing that we had to do, we had to calculate what you call the equation of the circle and find it. And then now after writing it, you had to check that the value of a and b are the coordinates of the what? Of the center. So now you take the coordinates of the center and put them in a and b. So basically a, it is the x coordinate of the point in the center, b, it is the y coordinate in the center, and then x and y are any point, it is any point on the circumference. So in this point on the circumference we have f, so we substituted there and got our radius as 180, and then after that wrote it in that form and expanded. Okay, so now the last question says the smaller circle must be translated by k units along the x-axis to touch the bigger circle internally. So it basically means this smaller circle must move k units in order to be internal. So it basically means it must be here. Okay, so now let's interpret this one. Now this circle, after moving here, it will be here, right? It will be here. After that, it will also be here because it cannot be there in the center. Okay, so now these are the possible places where it will be. So now we can start and check what is the radius of the smaller circle. They said r squared, it is 20, so root of 20, it is 2 root 5. Okay, so it basically means here the length from the center to the circumference, it is what? The radius. So at this point we have negative 2 root 5, and then at this point here we have what? 2 root 5. Now you can label the what you call the points. I can say a here, I can say b here, I can say c here. Okay, Mara, now check something. B has been already used, so I can say AC here, and then here I can say what? Let me call this. Was B used in the on the thing here? No, it was not used. So let me write it here, B here, and then here I can write what? H, because F was used there. So now check something. Now you will have to find what? The point here. So now what is the radius of the larger circle? On the larger circle, r squared is equals to 1/8. So what is the radius? What is root of 1/8? 6 root 5. So it basically means to on this point, ne? On this point. Remember this one, it is the larger circle. So we are basically looking for the radius of the larger circle. On this point is gonna be 20 minus 6 root 5. Do you know why I am saying 20, guys? The reason why I am saying 20, it is because this is the center of the circle, which is now the x coordinate here. It is what? 20. Is it fine? And now we are considering our x values only. And then that side, it is also 20 plus 6 root 5. I've already checked it there. So now for me to find the values there, from A to B, so I can write what? A to B, it is what? Which is the from A to B, K, it is equals to 20 minus 6 root 5 minus 2 root 5, which basically means our answer is what? 11,06. And then from this B here, you see, it must be C, sorry, it must be C. So now let's go again. Oh, it is B, sorry, it is B, because it is A here up to this B. I need to considering this one and this one. Now you're gonna take this one and that one. We started off with A, from A to B. Now we're gonna take B. We're gonna take what? C to H there. Okay, so now it is gonna be C to H. So okay, it is equals to 20 plus 6 root 5 minus 2 root 5. So it is equals to 20, 94. Let me check quickly on my calculator. 20 plus 6 root 5 minus 2 root 5. Yeah, 20,9 if I'm correct. Okay, so now that is how you must interpret it. We simply started using like from this point up to this point, and then this point and that point. Yeah, but so now that's how it is. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This was an interesting question, but it was not that bad. So thank you.